Hey, cutie pies, I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Bold and the Beautiful edition. All right, let's jump right into it. Today is Tuesday, November the 8th, 2022. On a scale of 1 to 10, you know what? I'm going to give it a 7. It was solid to me. It had, I don't know, it made me feel like my childhood when I used to watch the soaps. I don't know why I was getting that vibe today. Maybe because there's so much lying going on about these relationships, and that's what I remember about the soaps. But I don't know. Anyways, don't forget, I will be going live on Friday. That is 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 on the West. Join me if you would like to. Let's jump right into this with Ridge. So we see Ridge, he's thinking back to Brooke. And when they launched Brooke's bedroom, and because he was looking at his speech, child. And so now he's thinking about to Brooke, and then Brooke appears and she says, I knew you were going to be here. And he said, why? Because my carpet's in the front? I said, why Ridge always got to be a jerk? And she said, no, I didn't even come in that way. She said, I just felt your presence. I said, oh, Lord, here we go. She said, I just felt your presence and I knew. And, there was a time that, it was all good. And she was like, now you're with Taylor, sleeping with her. I mean, Brooke don't make no bones about it. And I said, but why you want a man that's already, sleeping with another woman? I don't know. Like, but there are people, who just want their marriage and they're like, till death do us part. But I don't want you if you sleeping with somebody else and I know it and you left me for him. Like, at this point, I'm like, Brooke, please have some pride. But anyway, so they get to talking and they talk about how well the show went. And he says Thomas and Hope work great together. They're talking about how they're the future of Forrester, the two of them. And of course, Brooke is concerned. He said, let me be a proud papa right now. I'm proud of Thomas. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. But he says, let me be a proud papa and yada, yada, yada. And she said, how did you hurt your hand? And he said, I was trying to do something beautiful and cut. And I cut it. I don't know. And so then they keep talking. And she just tells him, why, Ridge? Why won't you come home so we can work this out? She said, I could see it in your eyes. You still love me. And he says, of course I still love you. That'll never go away, Logan, and all that. And I said, whew, Ridge, you need to make up your, like, yeah. You remember when Ridge was all over Carter about Paris and Quinn? And he was like, Carter, you don't need to be with Paris. She's a good woman. If you're in love with Quinn. And right now, Ridge is in love with two women, because when he was with Brooke, he was in love with Taylor. And now he's with Taylor and he's in love with Brooke. And really, I would say he wants to be at Brooke's, but he feels so betrayed by her. That's the only reason he's not there. And it's different. When he was with Brooke, I felt like he wanted to be with Taylor, but it wasn't. It's not the same. I get it. I get the destiny whole thing, what they're saying. It's not, his attraction and love for Brooke is not the same for Taylor, because he can go without being with Taylor. And I mean, Taylor's my girl, but he could actually go without being with Taylor and focus all his attention on Brooke. He can't do the same with Taylor. Like, there should be no reason you're still thinking about Brooke. If we go by how you feel and she called CPS on your son, why are you still thinking about her? And why is there still love there? Because there would be some kind of anger, but when they're sitting there talking, it's sweet. They're acting like it's all good. It's all sweet. And I'm like, okay. But anyways, Brooke is just like, tell me what's going on. Tell me what I did. Like, how can this be fixed? And he was like, you're not going to admit it. And Brooke still, she's still confused. She don't know what you want her to admit. And so he's not going to say, Brooke, whatever it is, he's not telling you. So he's not going to tell you. So at this point, you have to move on. And I want to see her move on with a new man. Someone completely different, someone she hasn't been with, someone no one else has been with. Because Brooke, listen, I don't count body counts, because I'll be getting on people. But you've been with a few people, and I just don't want you to be with nobody else's man. That's it. But I mean, that's it. So just just find her somebody completely new. And then when Ridge comes back, let nobody want him. When they find out everything Thomas done. But yeah, that was it with them. Let's move on. I already spent too much time on them. So, child, Lord, y'all, we go over here. And Thomas and Hope, and she has stopped him from trying to kiss her. And he says, oh. And she says, I mean, because what could he say? And she said, this will never happen. I said, wait a minute. I think I've been looking at this through, oh, Hope is just so naive. And she has been naive. But Thomas said, oh, maybe you and I both, Thomas, we read the wrong because I thought she was ready to fall for you. But Hope says, girl, I'm married to Liam. I said, well, I couldn't tell. You are like, why are you still there? And she says, it's just because of Douglas. I said, oh. I'm like, Thomas, oh, well, then go on home. Why are you still there? And so I'm trying to think back. How could I get this so confused, And I guess Hope really did see it as just work, but he keep telling you I'm a one woman man, and you haven't corrected him. So he said you're not gonna correct me. You know how I feel about you. I mean, and she said, well, I'm that type of person, because some people are like this where they don't want it to be awkward. And I think Hope just felt like if I just bury my head in the sand and not see what I think I see, it'll go away. And Thomas is not that person, Hope. If you don't want him, you have to tell him that you do not want him. And so finally, she just tells him, I am married to Liam and this isn't happening. I don't know what you thought was going to go on, but we are just co-parents and we work together. And I like to think of you as my friend, but that's it. So then he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'll apologize to you for this. I just read the signals wrong. And she tells him, I don't want your obsession for me to come back. He said, no, it's not that. We just been getting so close and that's it. I understand you're married to Liam. And I get it. I get it. And she's like, okay, because I just don't want you thinking that there's more there than it, because I'm letting you know now it's not there. And he says he understands Hope. So he tells her, I don't think we should tell Brooke or Liam about this. I said, this is a mistake because now you got a secret with Thomas, and I don't think that is a good thing. But he says we shouldn't tell them because they already feel some type of way about Thomas. And he said, and plus with Douglas, he always uses Douglas. I don't care what y'all say. I'm saying it. He always uses Douglas. And so he says, so because of Douglas, I don't want to do this. And Hope, she started this whole thing out being real friendly to Thomas because she didn't want a custody battle. And so she already knows how Liam and Brooke would react. So she agrees that they're not going to tell, but she just tells him, I just want to be clear with you that this has never happened. I will never love you that way. We will never be a couple. We will never be together in a romantic sense. And then she started backing out the house. I said, why are you backing out? But yeah, so then Thomas starts thinking, and he said, what's wrong with you? Well, you just got Brooke out of his life, out of your dad's life, and now you moved too fast with Hope. And he says, I don't know why I thought tonight was the night. I said, oh Lord, I'm frightened. I don't know what's wrong with Thomas. But he said, I don't know why tonight. I thought tonight was the night. And he said, he's just beating himself up because he was like, you planned this out and now, you've ruined it. But I don't think this is going to stop Thomas. I feel like, if anything, he's just going to take it slowly, and try to win Hope over and get her back that way. And I don't know. We all know he recorded her voice. I thought for sure Liam was gonna come over there and he was about to record Hope saying some stuff, like say, in that voice changing app. But that's not what happened. So Thomas is just thinking about how he can win Hope over. I said, ooh, child. So then, does anybody have Netflix? If you do, there is a show on there called I Am a Stalker. Baby, I said, I am afraid for some of those people because their stalker is about to be released. And some of those stalkers don't even take accountability that they were stalking and harassing and threatening to the people. Oh my gosh. Don't like me that much because I'm not that great. Anyways, we move over to Liam, and he is talking to himself, and I thought he had left the baby, but he said, "No, I ain't leave her, girl." Oh, I saw you run out the house. I thought she was gone. But he said, he calls Wyatt, and he says, because he's trying to reach Hope and she's not answering. So he tells Wyatt, "Can you come over and look after Beth? I want to take you up on that offer." So Wyatt's like, "Okay, cool." And so I'm thinking he about to leave. And then we look and we see he come in the door. Now Beth had woke up, and he had told her, "Don't worry, mama's gonna be home soon." Now, but Beth, why am I calling her Beth? Hope comes to the door, and Liam is like, "Oh my gosh, I was so worried. Your phone is going straight to voicemail, and you're not returning my calls, or you're not, you know." She said, "Oh, my phone died." I said, "Girl, there are chargers. Like, stop it." But anyway, she said my phone died, and he apologizes for not being at the show. And uh, if Hope was mad, she can't be now, so she had to let this go because she keeping this secret about Thomas trying to kiss her because she doesn't want to concern Liam. But I believe the spoilers say that she's gonna end up some kind of way. Liam is gonna end up finding this out. But anyways, so he tells her, "I should have been there." And she was like, "I know it's okay." I said, "Yeah, I bet it is okay now. Yeah, you feeling a little guilty yourself, so I bet it is okay." So then he tells her, "I actually came to your show, and I went to the back, and I saw you with Thomas, and I don't know." And she said, "No, I understand why you had to leave." So now she's all cool with it. And he just tells her, "I gotta learn to support you and separate Thomas. I don't want Thomas to be doing things, and you just not see, that he has this obsession with you again." And Hope is just, look, she's not saying too much. She's just standing there kind of shaking, nodding her head. And then they finally hug it out, and they forgive each other. And y'all, that was bold and beautiful today. Uh I don't know. I don't know what's about to happen now, because some kind of way I feel like Thomas is gonna use that voice changer machine, and he's gonna. I don't know. I don't know. I hope they wrap this up because it's bold. I want to say December. Like, we're in November. I want to say December, but you never know a bold. Like, they honestly, they take months to do this, but I would love for them to at least have it wrapped up by January, if they could have this storyline completely done and move on to something else and bring some more people on. It would be nice to see that. But anyways, y'all, that was the Bold and the Beautiful today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for an all new episode of What Happened on the Soaps Bold and the Beautiful edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.